My dad lifted his glass and said, "Some kids make you proud, others just take up space." Everyone laughed. I smiled and said, "Good thing I just got my own place 3,000 miles away. Don't worry, you'll never have to lift a glass to me again." The dinner was for my father's 30th anniversary running Halverton Industrial, the family business he inherited from his own father and ran like a small kingdom. 22 people at a long rented table at the steakhouse on Burnside. My brother Camden at his right hand, already named vice president at 26, already wearing the same watch as dad. Me at the far end near the bathroom, between two cousins I barely knew. I'd flown in that morning from San Francisco. I hadn't been home in 2 years. The toast started after the second course. Camden gave a speech about legacy. My uncle gave a speech about grit. My mother gave a speech about sacrifice. Then dad stood up. He'd had 3 glasses of Cabernet. He held his glass out toward Camden and smiled. "To my son," he said, "who's going to take this company further than I ever did." Everyone clapped. Then his eyes drifted down the table and landed on me. And to my other one, he said, "Some kids make you proud, others just take up space." The table laughed. Not all of them, but enough. My mother laughed. Camden laughed into his napkin. A cousin next to me laughed and then looked at my face and stopped. I set down my fork. I picked up my water glass because I wasn't drinking. I smiled at my father across 20 feet of white tablecloth. "Good thing I just got my own place 3,000 miles away," I said. "Don't worry, you'll never have to lift a glass to me again." Dad laughed. "Honey," he said, "you've been threatening to leave since you were 17. Where's this one?" "Another little walk-up. Pacific Heights?" I said. "4-bedroom." He blinked. Camden set his drink down. My mother stopped laughing. Halverton Industrial had exactly one client that mattered. 68% of their annual revenue came from a single contract with a company called Latimer Voss, a logistics conglomerate headquartered in San Francisco. Dad had been flying out 4 times a year for 16 years to keep that contract warm. He talked about Mr. Latimer like he was a god. He kept a framed photo of the two of them shaking hands in 2009 on the wall behind his desk. I took a slow breath. "I started at Latimer Voss 6 years ago," I said, "out of grad school. The job nobody at this table asked about. I was promoted to Director of Vendor Relations 3 years ago. The job nobody at this table asked about. Last month, I was promoted to Senior Vice President of Procurement. I oversee every contract over $2 million. The room went very still. Dad's face hadn't moved yet. He was still half smiling. Camden was the one who got it first. His fork made a small clink against his plate. "The Halverton contract is up for review in March," I said. "I'll be the one reviewing it." I reached into my purse and took out a folded sheet of letterhead. I'd printed it that morning at the Hotel Business Center. I walked it down the table and set it next to my father's wine glass. Dad picked it up. His hand wasn't quite steady. It was a 1-page summary of Halverton Industrial's performance over the last 4 quarters, pulled from the Latimer Voss vendor dashboard. Pricing 22% above market. On-time delivery at 61%. 3 open quality complaints. A note at the bottom in my handwriting. Under review for non-renewal. Dad's mouth opened. Nothing came out. Camden said, "Wait, wait, wait." He stood up. He started toward my chair. "Sit down," I said quietly. He sat down. Mom said, "Sweetheart, your father didn't mean it like that. He's had a long week. He's just tired." She kept talking. I let her talk. When she stopped, I picked up my purse. I looked at my father one more time. "You had 30 years to ask me what I did for a living," I said. "You had 30 years to ask where I lived. You used the word space tonight like I was furniture. I'll tell you what I really am. I'm the person who decides whether your company exists in April." I put $200 on the table for my share. I walked past Camden, past my uncle, past the cousins. My father called my name once. I didn't turn around. The contract was not renewed. I flew home the next morning. My mother left 17 voicemails over the next 2 weeks. I listened to the first one. I deleted the rest.